Hey guys, so as the title says, I'm about to find out my results from the 23andMe Ancestry DNA test that I took in, I think it was August. August is when I took it, and we're now in October, and I have the results. They actually came back late last month, but I couldn't find them in my email because I have so many freaking emails. So anyways, I found it and I'm about to open it. I'm a little bit nervous. I'm a little, I don't know. I don't even know why I'm nervous, but I'm excited too. So let's go ahead and open it up. I haven't looked at the results yet. This is my first time, so my reactions and everything are going to be genuine. So just to let you guys know, it was really hard not for me to resist, trying to open it because I was really curious. I found out about 3 days ago that my results were ready. So let's open it up and see what it says. So I'm logging in now. It's taking a little bit. I'm actually kind of nervous. I don't know if it's because I drank coffee a little bit ago or what. Okay, let's see. So it says, the incredible journey of your DNA. Follow your DNA on its journey through the ages, from your modern day genetic relatives to the migrations of your ancient ancestors. Okay, and then it has a couple of different options. So it looks like we have 5 different reports. So it says your DNA family today. Second one is last 500 years ancestry composition. Next one is, it says maternal haplogroup, 14,000 years ago. Fourth report is Neanderthal ancestry, 60,000 years ago. And the last one is paternal haplogroup, 275,000 years ago. Interesting. Okay, so let's just click on the first one. Your DNA family. It says you share DNA with 1,159 other 23andMe customers. Read on to see where they live around the world and explore their ancestry and traits, or go to the DNA Relatives tool to find and connect with your matches and uncover clues about your recent ancestors. That's a lot. So that's like, I don't know, that's crazy. So it says I have shared DNA with 1,159 other 23andMe customers. I knew my family was big and spread out, but that's a lot. Okay, so let's click on it. Okay, so it's loading. It says calculating your DNA family breakdown, and there's like a little bar that's loading at the bottom of the screen. It's almost there. So it says, learn about your DNA relatives, the diverse group of 23andMe customers who have DNA in common with you. Only individuals who have chosen to participate in DNA relatives are the subject of this report. Okay. It says close family to second cousins. It says 0. Relationships may include siblings, parents, children, grandparents, grandchildren, aunts, uncles, first and second cousins. So there's a 0 on that one. So I guess I didn't have any connections, or at least people didn't choose to share that. I don't know, I'm not sure. So then there's like a second category. It says 3rd to 4th cousins. And it says relationships may include 3rd and 4th cousins, 1st to 3rd cousins once or more removed. And for that one, it shows 1,151. And then the last little category, it says 5th to distant cousins. Relationships may include 5th and distant cousins, closer cousins once or more removed. And then it asks the question, what is a 5th cousin? Learn more. And then you can click on the link. And right there's just a circle and it says many. So that's, I don't know, that's crazy. Okay. Can I click on any of this stuff? Okay, so far I can't click on any of that. And then it shows locations of your DNA relatives. Your 23andMe DNA relatives live in 30 US states and 4 countries. Explore the map to see the places they call home. Looking for a list view, click here. So it says US map, and then it has world map. So I'm looking at the US map right now, and I know for sure like that I have obviously relatives in California. That's where I live. I have relatives in Texas. Where else? Oh, okay, I have an aunt that's living in Arizona right now. She used to live in California. She recently moved over there. Where else would I have relatives living? I don't know. I think possibly Pennsylvania. I think my grandpa from my dad's side is from there, if I'm not mistaken. But it's showing a lot. I mean, the dark blue ones are mainly California, Texas, and Florida. I don't know who lives in Florida. That's really weird that that's dark blue. And then there's a shade of blue that's a little bit lighter than that one. And that one shows Washington. Okay. Then there's a bunch of other ones. You guys could look at the screen. I'll put a picture of it in there. Okay. Oh, and then it shows like a little thing that says, it's a little key, and it shows you number of DNA relatives in each origin. So the dark blue, which I was talking about earlier, is 30 plus relatives. So that's a lot of relatives. And like I said, that's California, Texas, and Florida. And then the one that is 20 to 25 relatives, which is the next shade of blue, that's Washington. And then it shows I have other relatives in, let me see, I'm trying to go in order here. Yeah, Pennsylvania. 15 to 20 DNA relatives who live in Pennsylvania. 10 to 15 DNA relatives who live in Ohio. And then we have Virginia, North Carolina, Tennessee. That's very interesting because my boyfriend and I were looking into Tennessee because they have the lowest cost of living. So we're kind of not saying that we're gonna move. We're just you know doing research on it. 15 to 20 DNA relatives who live in Georgia, Alabama. What is this one? Missouri, Arkansas. Okay, what's this one? Kansas, Oklahoma, Colorado, Utah, Nevada, Oregon, and then I skipped some. Michigan, New York. What the hell, New York? You know what? I do have, I guess he would be my uncle. He's my mom's cousin, and he lives in Boston. So I know about that one. Everybody's kind of like spread out right now. Let me see. And then there's some other ones. I don't want to bore you guys with just like listing everything. And then it shows Hawaii too. You have 5 to 10 DNA relatives who live in Hawaii. Interesting. Okay, let's scroll down. Okay, so here's the good part. So this one is called, or this section is called Ancestry of Your DNA Relatives. Some of your DNA relatives share aspects of your ancestry composition, while others have genetic ancestries that are distinct from your own. Click on each population in the table below to learn more. So this is where it's showing the breakdown. Okay. Wow. Okay. So, and then it shows it in order of rank. So it says I have, let me see if I'm reading this right. So the first category is British and Irish. And it says 585. They've identified 585 individuals within your 23andMe DNA family who have at least 1% British and Irish ancestry. Wow, that's crazy. And then the next category is French and German, so that totally makes sense. Because my dad would tell me that we had some French and German background. So let's see, there's 540 individuals who have at least 1% French and German ancestry. So that's crazy. That's actually accurate. Because I wasn't sure. I'm like, I don't know if it's like actually true or not. I don't know. So let's see. Interesting. And then it says 465 individuals Scandinavian, 330 Iberian. That's interesting. You know, the Scandinavian one, that doesn't surprise me that much because our last name, obviously our last name coming from my dad, I googled it before and there was like a band or something in that area, in that Scandinavian area, and they were called Hugar. And I thought that was so weird. I was like, what the hell? But that makes sense. Okay, Native American, 260 individuals. That's number 5. And then number 6 is West African, 240 individuals. Number 7 is Italian, 150 individuals. Number 8 is North African, 125 individuals. Wow, that's a really big mixture of things. And then, as you know, you can go down the list if you want to read it for yourself. Some kind of Jewish, I can't pronounce that word, sorry. Ashkenazi Jewish, sorry if I'm butchering that. And then Eastern Europe, and then Balkan, Finnish, Sardinian, Middle Eastern, oh my god. And then the last one is Central and South African, 5 individuals. That's an interesting, so I share DNA with a lot of, I feel like almost everybody except for Asia. I didn't see any Asia in there. Could be wrong, let me see. So let's actually look at the ancestry composition. Yeah, that's the one that's gonna show me like the breakdown of like what percentage I am of what or whatever. And so far, before even clicking on it, I'm seeing 16.1% British and Irish. That I was not expecting that. So let's click on here. It's loading. So I'm seeing 2 big chunks here, like this dark blue color one and this light blue. I'm talking about the pie chart. Let me see. Okay, so here's the breakdown. And actually it's pretty cool because I only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait a second. So like I said, so far I'm seeing like 5 different categories. The first one is European, of course, I guessed it right. I'm 83.3% European. And then the second category is East Asian and Native American, 10.8%. The third category is Sub-Saharan African, 1.3%. That's very interesting. I was not expecting that. The fourth category is Middle Eastern and North African, and I'm 0.6% of that one. And then the last one is just unassigned, 3.9%. So that's really weird because I'm wondering, well, what is that? What do you mean unassigned? That's really weird. So let me like open this up. It says see all 31 tested populations. So, okay, so let's start off with European, 83.3%. It says I am 36.1% Southern European, and of that, I'm 8% Iberian. Very interesting. What the heck? Let me see. This is very, very interesting. Okay, so just staying with the European thing. It says I am Northwestern European, 34.4%, British and Irish, 16.1%, and French and German, 1.9%. And then the last thing right there is just broadly Northwestern European, 16.4%. And then under that, it says I'm Ashkenazi Jewish, 0.2%. Very interesting. So that's why I have a big nose. No, I'm just kidding. Totally just kidding. Let's see. That's interesting. I was raised Christian, and a lot of my on my grandma's side, yeah, we were raised Christian, but you know, before they came from Mexico, they were Catholic. because that's like the religion, the big religion over there in Mexico's Catholicism. And then under the same category, broadly European, I'm 12.7% broadly European. Okay, let me see. And then the next category was South Asian. Oh, it says 0.0%. Next one after that is East Asian and Native American, 10.8%. So for Native American, it says 8.0%, and then I don't know why they put a dot next to East Asia. That's weird. Let me see. And then under that same category, it says broadly East Asian and Native American, 2.8%. Next category is Sub-Saharan African, which I am 1.3% of. West African, 0.5%. Central and South African, less than 0.1%. And then it says broadly Sub-Saharan African, 0.8%. That's very interesting. Let me see. Next category is Middle Eastern and North African, 0.6% total. North African, 0.6%. And then, yeah, and then it's weird, like the last category after Oceanian, which is 0.0% of, it's unassigned, 3.9%. That is so freaking weird. Like, what is that? Is that my Mexican part? That's so weird. And I don't see anything on here that says, I don't see anything on here that says like Spanish, Mexican, nothing. That's really weird. I'm really shocked. Really, really weird. That's weird because my mom is, she's Hispanic. She was born in Mexico, and then both of her grandparents were born there. So I'm really like, where is that? Is that the, like I said, is that the unassigned 3.9% portion? This is really weird. Oh my god. And then there's like a little map here, and it shows you like the color associated with the category. This is so weird. And then it shows you like a little timeline too. How many generations ago was your most recent ancestor for each population? Iberian, British and Irish. So those two, Iberian, British and Irish, are between the 1900s and 1840s. And then French and German, West African, North African, those are all between 1840s and 1750s. And then before that, we have Central and South African, we have Ashkenazi Jewish, sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong once again, and Native American. And those are between between the 1810s and 1720s. So there's a lot of mix going on here. My DNA is really mixed up. I'm a smoothie. I'm very mixed. What the heck? This is like, I don't even know what to say. This is so, like, I knew it was gonna be mostly European, but wow. And then it shows their confidence level. It says 50%. This report predicts the ancestral origin of different parts of your DNA by comparing them to reference populations. By default, our confidence in a prediction must be greater than 50% to report it. Select a different confidence level to make your ancestry composition results more conservative. Read more about our ancestry analysis. So I wonder if I could like scroll. So if I move this confidence level thing from 50% to 90%, it then says I am 38.7% European, 5.6% East Asian and Native American, let me see, 0.4% Sub-Saharan African, and 55.3% unassigned. So that's really weird. That unassigned part that's interesting. I don't know. So I'm going to go back and look at some reports. Let's see. Let's look at maternal haplogroup. The story of your maternal line is the story of an extraordinary migration, and its chapters are written in your mitochondrial DNA. Scientists have traced your particular pattern of genetic variants back to a single woman who lived within the last 14,000 years. The common ancestor of maternal haplogroup ROA2. I'm assuming that's a O. I'm not sure if it's a 0. Let's click on it. Oh, and then it shows the migrations of that haplogroup. So haplogroup L. If every person living today could trace his or her maternal line back over thousands of generations, all of our lines would meet at a single woman who lived in Eastern Africa between 150,000 and 200,000 years ago. Though she was one of perhaps thousands of women alive at the time, only the diverse branches of her haplogroup have survived to today. The story of your maternal line begins with her. So that's really interesting. I never saw this in like other people's reports from 23andMe. And so it shows the haplogroup in Africa towards more like the southern part of Africa. And then it shows how they like went up, and then they kind of went into Europe and Asia. That's really interesting. That's why I have so much DNA from everywhere over there, I guess. Yeah, so like I was saying, I'm a little bit sad that my Spanish / Mexican side didn't pop up, but that could be why. It said, you know, that there was a percentage that was unassigned. It said that they're still trying to work on, like basically the more people that take the test, that share their results and information, then the higher the chance that they'll be able to assign, you know, certain categories and all that stuff. And like basically the more information they have, the more they can tell you, which totally makes sense to me. Let me see, let me close this thing. Yeah, but I'm a little bit sad that that didn't show up, and I was surprised by like all the little, the percentage of like African and different parts of Africa, and I was surprised by that. And like the Jewish thing also was surprised. I wasn't surprised about the French and German, because like I said, my dad had, you know, mentioned that we do have ancestors from that area. And then the British thing and Irish thing, that was very interesting, but maybe that's why I'm so pale like a vampire, I don't know. And then the Irish thing was not too surprising, because my dad's dad actually had a lot of like reddish colored hair. I'll see if I could like insert a photo for you guys. Maybe I'll blur out his face, I'm not sure. But yeah, he had a lot of red hair, and then like his beard was pretty red in color also. But he's, like I said, I'm pretty sure my dad had told me he's from Pennsylvania or was born in Pennsylvania, so that makes sense. Yeah, I'm just trying to like process it all, I guess. And then also you have to take into consideration that it's kind of like a guesstimate. It's not really accurate, like, oh, you're dead on 10% Irish or whatever, you know. It's kind of just like a guess, you know. Let me see. And there's also a section showing how closely related you are to Neanderthals, or if you're not very, you know. So basically it has a section that says like the Neanderthals mated with humans, and it shows how much Neanderthal you have in your DNA versus yeah, I don't know, that section was interesting. Let's see, what else can I tell you guys? Yeah, overall it was really interesting. It kind of like opens your eyes to certain things, and it kind of like now I'm interested in going to well, I've kind of, Britain basically. I want to go visit Britain because it said, you know, that I have a lot of DNA from over there, and maybe Ireland. I've been wanting to go to Ireland for a couple years now just because it looks so pretty in photographs, and it looks really green and just really nice and fresh. You know, they have like a lot of wide open spaces and stuff, not like here in LA where everything's like so congested and just like polluted and stuff, you know. Let's see, what else can I tell you guys? And I'm already thinking ahead to when I tell my boyfriend that it says I don't have any Mexican DNA or any Spaniard DNA, because like I said, if you want to watch my other video, my previous video, you guys can go ahead and watch that. It's a lot of me like opening the kit and taking the test and explaining where I think my family members are from and where I've been told that they're from, where they tell me, you know, that their ancestors are from and stuff. So if you're interested in that, watch the previous video. I'll link it down below so you guys could watch that. But yeah, I went off on a tangent, but yeah, my boyfriend's gonna laugh at me when I tell him that I did not see anything about being Mexican or Spaniard or anything. He's gonna laugh at me because he's like, you're just a white girl. And I'm just like, wow, thanks. That makes me feel fantastic. But I know he's just teasing with me, or you know, messing with me. So hey, I almost forgot to mention that regarding my grandpa, my dad's dad, he was in Vietnam, and then also his dad was in World War II, I believe, from what I remember my dad telling me. And one or both of them flew planes, like in the war. So I don't know all the details. I'm kind of just telling like general basic stuff that they kind of told me, because I never really like asked a lot about that stuff, because I know like my dad's dad, he didn't like to talk about, you know, Vietnam very much and stuff. So I don't know if maybe my great grandpa on my dad's side, if he maybe, I don't know anything about his wife, so I don't know if maybe that's where we get more variety from, if you know what I mean. Like, if you know, because my DNA is like all over the place. So I'm wondering about his wife now, and like what she was, like what her DNA was, or her ethnicity or her culture or whatever. Yeah, but I know my Pat, which is my dad's dad, that's what I called him like growing up and everything, my Pat, he was born in Pennsylvania. And then I don't know about his wife really. I know my dad's mom, I think she was born in the States. I'm pretty sure she was, but I can't remember her name either. I know it's like either, it's one of the months, like May, June, something like that. I don't know. I don't really know. It's just my family's like all scattered around, and then like, you know, there's a lot of divorce, like from everybody, and like separation, and so it's more like a family bush rather than a tree, so it's like everywhere. So that's one of the reasons why I was interested in taking this DNA test, to just kind of see like where, you know, I'm all from or whatever, or where my ancestors are from and stuff. So I just wanted to add that in there. Yeah, so I don't know, it's just weird. I'm just like so, because like I've been saying for so long, like, yeah, I'm like half Mexican, half white, you know, for lack of a better word or whatever. But I hate saying white. I think it's so stupid. But like, not saying that white people are I don't even know what I'm trying to say. I just feel like it's I don't know, I feel like people, when they say white, they mean it like in a, like, oh, you're white, you know, like whenever they talk to me or whatever, it's, I don't know, I just don't, I feel like it has like bad connotation for whatever reason. But anyways, I'm European, okay, which is basically white. So I don't know, it's just, I don't even know what to say, honestly. I'm gonna go tell my grandparents, hey, I'm not Mexican. I took a test and my DNA says I'm not Mexican, so imagine my grandma would be like, what the hell are you talking about? Now I'm starting to think I was adopted. No, I'm just kidding. I'm totally joking. Yeah, I did not know what else to say. Anyway, guys, I know that might have been a little bit long, but I'm so glad that you were able to join me and watch me open my results. It was really interesting. I'm not sure how I feel about it. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed it. You know, even if you only wanted to see like what it would be like if you guys did your own test. I appreciate you guys watching. I hope you're having a nice day, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.